Wait for some people to get in here real quick, man. Let this shit fill up real quick, man. Let it fill up real quick. Just let it, feel me? You know how we do it, man. We're gonna go ahead and address some shit real quick. Y'all buckle your seatbelt for this ride, you hear me? Buckle your seatbelt for this ride real quick on this, what we finna break down real quick. Alright, so, for the most part, everybody was just tuned in to 1090 Jake, you feel me? Shout out to 1090, I was on there, you feel me? I want to set something straight, let y'all know I ain't beefing with 1090, we ain't got no beef or nothing like that, you feel me? I'm actually wanting him to do that video, I'm glad, you feel me? Because it gives me a way to, like, break down my situation, you feel me? Now, before I went to prison, first thing that happened, I found my dad not breathing on the floor. My dad's head was busted open. He wasn't breathing. I found him on the ground. You feel me? The next day, after my dad passed away in the hospital, I got set up by my stepmom, my stepbrother. That's who sent me to prison. They turned state on me and everything. They testified against me. I was on probation for a stab charge for stabbing my stepbrother years before that. Okay? Now, when I found my dad not breathing, he was bleeding out of the head. They transported him to one hospital, and then from that hospital to another hospital, and he passed away there. Well, my stepmom pulled the plug, you feel me? So, my mom, me, and everybody, you know, we wrote my mom wrote up a letter, you know, to file to stop an emergency cremation, because when I contacted the hospital, the doctor told me he can't speak to me, that I'm on the block list. I got put on the block list, so I couldn't speak to my dad's doctor. Well, my dad was my best friend. For people who don't know, my dad had cancer. I brought him to all his chemo and radiation. Same thing I do with my mom now. That's how I know about this cancer shit. It was from previous experience with my dad. You feel me? So, all of a sudden, his doctor that I was like this with told me he can't speak to me. You feel me? So, I'm like, why? He's like, oh, because your stepmom put you on the block list, you know, because he's married to her. She was able to control who can and cannot. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I live with them. I live with my stepmom and my dad at the time. So I called the hospital's morgue the next day. His body's gone. They didn't want to tell me where he was at. I went up to the hospital at 2 in the morning, causing a scene and shit, you feel me? And they gave me a card saying, we could tell there's some suspicious going on here with your dad's body. So don't tell them we told you, but here's a card to where your dad's at. I found my dad's body 1 county over in Palm Beach at a 24-hour emergency cremation place. Okay? So it was all just suspicion. So a bunch of people that knew my dad and my mom from when they were together years ago, you know, and my sister and everybody, you know, they all felt suspicion. So we filed to stop an emergency cremation, you feel me? So we wanted an autopsy done on my dad, because it was a trauma situation, you feel me? His head was busted open. And by law, when it's a trauma situation, the medical examiner is supposed to do an autopsy off rip. But my stepmom had 5, 6 different stories, so the hospital never did an autopsy. You feel me? So I had to file to stop an emergency cremation. And, you know, it was suspicion on my stepmom's part that she may have been involved in my dad's passing. So that's one letter that my name was on, you feel me? Trying to figure out what happened to my dad. It was like I suspicion my stepmom of doing this. You feel me? Okay. And then after, you know, he passed away or whatever and shit like that, the next day I got set up. Okay. I beat up her son, which was my victim. I was on probation for. I beat his ass for going through my dad's belongings. You feel me? And he don't live at the house. I live at the house with my stepmom. This is the day after my dad died. I'm beating his ass for going through my dad's belongings, right? And then as I'm beating his ass, my ex-old lady at the time, I'm not with her now, but the one I was with at the time, she calls the police. So now I'm yelling at her about why the f you calling the police? You feel me? So then she's like, what you mean, baby? You live here. He don't. He's your victim. If I don't call the police first, it's going to look like they called them on you and you're going to jail. You feel me? So that's how it all went down like that. Then The police came. When the police came for this whole situation, they told my stepbrother, you know, leave. He went across the street to his grandma. She lived right across the street, which was my stepmom's mom. They asked if I wanted to leave for the night. I said, yeah, shit, yeah, I'll leave for the night, so there ain't no problems. And then when I left, they were called back on scene 50 minutes later by my stepmom, and they who said there was a gun on my bed. You feel me? And I was on probation for stabbing her son at that house. Like, that's where my probation was. You feel me? So my PO signed off on the warrant because he knew that was my bedroom. And then the gun didn't have my prints on it. As soon as I got locked up, you feel me? I wanted to, you know, I wanted to write it to where, like, you know, I want to get fingerprinted done. I want y'all to fingerprint me and fingerprint the gun because it wasn't my gun. You feel me? They set me up to get me out the house. So the gun thing didn't stick. Now, while I was in jail, my stepmom and my stepbrother were testifying against me. They turned into witnesses. It's on my paperwork. It's online. You can see it and all. And they were giving the state more things. Since that gun one didn't stick, they gave them more and more things. So they kept hitting me with different warrants while I was in custody. So I want to get back on the streets. You feel me? So while I was in there, they hit me with 5 more technical violations. You feel me? They hit me with 5 more of them. One of them was, all right, let me say this real quick. People say you can't go to prison off of he say, she say. Yeah, you can, because my stepmom told them that I told my dad I tried ecstasy one time. And they hit me with a violation. When I never had a dirty urine, I was on probation for 5 years. Never had dirty urine, and it was months ago. Like, she said, oh, he told his dad he tried ecstasy 5 months ago. And they hit me with a violation. Like, bro, my dad ain't even alive now. And like, you're going off of what she's saying I told my dad. My dad told her that I told my dad I shot up a hotel out in Key Largo. They hit me with a violation. Like, they were trying to keep me in there. Okay? Now, what's up, everybody? We got 500 and something people in here, bro. You feel me? But anyways, so now that I'm in there and they're doing anything to get me in trouble, my mom, my real biological mother that I take care of now, that has cancer, you feel me? You feel me? I pray for her, you feel me? She wrote a letter to the judge, a 7-page letter, and in the letter, to make me sound good, she said I called the cops on them, you feel me? And then I posted it in my video that I just said, Motherly Love, where I posted the clip in there where she was like, I'm not going to tell a judge that they called the cops on you, you see? So my mom wrote a letter to make me look good to the judge by saying I called the cops on the same 2 people who put me in prison and who ended up being suspicious of my dad's death. You see what I'm saying? So that's all that happened. You feel me? So the paper looks like, yeah, oh, his mom said, but at the end of the day, due to the statute of limitations, I can speak on it now because it's a 2nd-degree felony and the statute of limitations is 3 years. So yeah, my mom went on there and she said what she wanted to say, whether it was true or false. She can't get in trouble for it now, you feel me? She's gonna ride for her son. But me personally, I did not call. My ex-old lady called though. You feel me? So like, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to break that down, you know, people trying to, you know, it looks bad on paper, you feel me? But no one got arrested, you know. You got to look at it. No one got arrested. There was no drugs involved in the case. No, my stepmom didn't get arrested. My stepbrother, the people who my mom said I called the cops on, didn't get arrested. Those were just the 2 people that were testifying on me. And now, when that letter was wrote to the judge on my behalf by my mom, a bad letter was wrote the same day, talking bad about me and talking bad about my mom. Like, they did all they can to get me out the way, and it was all to inherit my old boy's belongings, which was like his business, all of his vehicles, the house, and then my stepmom got a restraining order put on me, so I couldn't go to work release when I was in prison. She did the whole 9, all she could. She turned into my main, like, state witness. You feel me? And I've been with this lady since I was 9 years old. You feel me? But anyways, like I said, I've lived with this lady since I was 9 years old. And then I violated a couple times before this when my dad was alive. And my victim and his mom, both of them went to court and spoke on my behalf to get me reinstated. So I'd be back on probation. They spoke on my behalf. But the day after my dad died, they flipped on me. And it was really to cover up some shit about the suspicion of my dad. You feel me? And then to inherit everything. And then y'all believe this shit or not, look. When I was in prison, check this out. I'm gonna throw something out there. When I was in prison, I got picked up by the gang sergeant, and I got put in confinement for KFROG TV. And I ended up getting shipped from Charlotte for it after getting sentenced to 200-something days in the box. And while I was back there in the box, my real mom contacted the warden of the prison and said that she wants to see the email of whoever emailed, because they were saying someone emailed them from the streets, sending them pictures of me with knives and all this shit in there to have them come run down on me. So my mom wanted, you know, due to clemency, and when you get DRs for it, you're allowed to, you know, write, you want to see the proof they have against me. So when my mom contacted the gang sergeant forwarded her the email. He didn't just send it to her, he forwarded it to her. So it showed my mom where it came from. And it came straight from my stepmom's email. So even in prison, she was still trying to make it to where I can't get out of prison. You see what I'm saying? But I was just on 1090s live and shit, you feel me? That was a good video, you know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of people on there saying, oh, so KFROG's mom snitched and this and that. Listen, my mom's an older lady, man. My mom, you know, she got cancer right now and shit like that. She stuck up for her son against two people who were lying to get him out of the way that just played a part in something with his dad's death. My mom was married to my real dad for almost 20 years. See what I'm saying? So it's like, you can say what you want about my real mom, but any mother that loves their child would do the same thing. If they could write a letter to the judge and it would help their son's case, they would do it. You get what I'm saying? It didn't help though. They looked dead over the letter and everything like that. That's why it blew my mind that people were gonna snoop into, like, because I put some shit on blast. You feel me? Now all of a sudden they're gonna try to, the one thing I wasn't thinking of, a letter my mom wrote the judge, she put in there, that's one line. You know, I wasn't thinking of that. Now I'm gonna speak on, you know, this Pino shit. We gave him the opportunity to go ahead and put the shit, not even to just defend himself, just to throw it out there, let people know what time we want to speak on it. He hit his channel like he didn't, you know, and forfeited it. He curled, you know what I'm saying? And when he curled by the shit, you feel me? We're like, okay, we're gonna take it into our own hands then. And we dropped the video. Now he's trying to redeem himself by putting up this bullshit ass line, and he done gave it to his favorite enemy, Milk, and try to make it look like that's really what it was, that my mom says I called the cops. All in that reality, my ex-girlfriend did, but my mom said it while I was in jail to make it look good to the judge. You feel me? And when they got that letter, I had court in 2 days. When they got that letter, since they got the bad letter, they scratched me for 45 more days, so I didn't get to see the judge in 3.5 months. But these same people that my mom wrote that against were the same people that were wrongfully, like, setting her son up. So I don't even look at her for telling on that. I feel like she did what a mom would. You think she's just gonna sit back and watch these people set her son up and send him to prison to get him out the way? Because they knew I was my dad's best friend. I was with my dad every day. I took care of my dad, you feel me? So that's just what it is on my behalf on the whole situation, you feel me? So it's public record, anyone can go look at it or whatever. Like, I don't care who believes it, who don't. My case is like a story. You know what I'm saying? I was even in the county jail and got mail. And it was my dad's mail because we had the same name. And it said, thank you for changing the life insurance policy. And this was like 4 weeks after he passed. So it was like they got me out of the way. You feel me? It was just a bunch of shit. And I went to prison on the house. No one got arrested. Even when my mom said I called the police, the shit she said, them 2 people never got arrested. It was just what she put in the letter to make her son look good. You get what I'm saying? I'm 100. I did my time and was innocent. I did an innocent 5 years. You feel me? So shout out to 1090 Jake, you feel me? Because he tried to break it down for y'all, but I'm the only one that can really tell y'all and break it down. You feel me? I can break it down so severe to where you're like, damn, this shit's like a movie. Because it is. You feel me? Everyone knows I got set up. You feel me? They got me out the way. They told 5 different stories of what happened to my dad. To this day, bro, I don't know how my dad died, bro. I just found him not breathing. After I was with him till 11 o'clock at night. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I found my dad on the ground not breathing with his head busted open. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to this day. And then she, you know, hid his body in Palm Beach at a 24-hour cremation. You feel me? The hospital, check this out. When I got the letter from the insurance thing, when I was in the county jail, it made me want to get my dad's death certificate. So I got my dad's death certificate. It takes like 3 months for you to get a death certificate. When I got the death certificate, it didn't have the primary doctor's signature on it. So I wrote a letter to the doctor from the box in the county jail, and he reached out to my real mom and my sister and sat down and spoke to them. And he said if anything opened up in court, he would testify, because his signature wasn't on the death certificate because it wasn't his orders. His orders was to put him on life support for up to 16 weeks. She pulled the plug the very next day. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird the way you break it down. You feel me? The next, once I called about the life insurance shit, I did a 3-way from the county jail to ask when the last time someone called about the money. And they said, yeah, I could tell you right now. And they went on there and they said it was the same day she pulled the plug. See? So it was all like some fishy shit. I was a sacrifice and went up the road for 5 years. You feel me? I did 10, but not 5. So, that's what happened with me. And my mom wrote a letter to the judge speaking on my behalf, trying to make it look good, you know, saying I called the police on the people or whatever, because the police report didn't show who called. But my ex-girlfriend called at the time. The same girl I was with that when I was drinking E&J, I was in my passenger seat letting her drive my car, and she ran a red light. When she ran the red light, we got pulled over and they took me to jail for outstanding warrants. And these were the warrants that my stepmom was putting on me. Now check this out. When I went to the when the whole incident started and I was beating up my victim, and then the police separated us and I left and he left and they came back, put the gun on my bed and all that shit the same night. The very next morning, my stepmom, who turned on me, she went to the courthouse and filed for a restraining order, and her exact statement in the restraining order was totally different than her statement the night before. She changed her story within a couple of hours. You feel me? And then I didn't know none of this was happening. I got pictures with this woman smiling at my dad's memorial a few days after he passed. I was smiling with her and all in pictures because I didn't know she would set me up like this. I went to the chain gang on the house. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, I just want to break that shit down for y'all. You feel me? Now this whole Pino shit, you feel me? He want to act like he the hardest gangster. He want to talk all gangster and shit like that. I appreciate that, Nick. You know, he wanna act like he the hardest gangster in the world, like he slid to my hood and all this other crazy shit. I'm not gonna come on here and keep rapping and entertaining it. I went to your girl and your job today. Your lady was out there screaming and everything. You know, I went there today. Okay, for anyone that's been on Instagram, done seen, I done went to the ugly corner. I went all over there. He's hiding behind Zoe's. I slid over there, not because of his paperwork. I wasn't gonna slide about his paperwork, but he started speaking on my dead dad. He started saying, that's why your dad died, nigga. Shit like that. So then it turned into my issue to where I had to slide on you now, because you weren't gonna slide about your paperwork. You feel me? So I had to slide on you. You see what I'm saying? Now you go to disrespecting and talking all crazy about my neighborhood. Yeah, my neighborhood ain't the hardest neighborhood. It ain't the same as it was years ago. But at once we were a hood. But now everyone's dead or in jail. You feel me? But the same neighborhood you telling on, you feel me? I mean, you know, running your mouth about and shit like that. When you did that video standing out there in the middle of my hood on Marathon Block, talking like you was a gangster and you got these goons out here with you, all of them was dudes off Marathon Block. You came out there with all the bandanas and masks and asked my dogs to get all in the video with you so you look like you had face out there in Davie. You ain't got no Hoovers behind you, bro. At all, bro. There's none out there. And I done spoke to a couple that was in the chain gang with you, and they told me that it is telling what you did, bro. You feel me? But I'm not going to go back and forth with you, because I just had to address the situation the way you tried to pin it. Now you got my name in the same basket as you, because you told on paper. So now you got the little letter that my mom wrote to the judge speaking on my behalf, which is perjury. It is what it is, but the statute of limitations, she's good now, you feel me? It's only 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But all that, like, you want to slide when you want to slide when you got people with you. Okay? I'm not going to go back and forth with you. You can run your mouth on Instagram, do whatever you want to do. I already went to your hood. I went to your job. I went to where you went live at. I went to the ugly corner. It's all on Instagram. Then you made some shit up about I didn't go there. Today I just went there. It was out front of your job at 10 o'clock this morning. Your old lady seen me there. Okay, and started screaming at me and shit, and all this other stuff, screaming, saying, oh, this is childish and all this stuff and everything. So you just keep trying to get them fans online. All you had to do was make a video explaining the paperwork before we took it into our hands. That's it. That's all you had to do. You feel me? But now all of a sudden you sliding and sending threats and shit and showing everything all online. You make it hard to where someone that would really want to touch you can't touch you because you wanna run up, you wanna act all hard and shit and like that, knowing you ain't living like that. Who's gonna run up on someone that is putting everything out there and trying to act like they're Stone Cold? That'd be stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Prospector. But anyways, I just wanted to break it down. Like, me and 1090 ain't beefing. Me and Pino fell out. He didn't like the fact that his paperwork was put out, implicating a witness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, implicating his co-defendant is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you feel me? You can't really, you know, it turned into something bigger than it needed to turn into. But I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth. I ain't going to disrespect the ugly corner. Shout out to all them Zoes out there on 1800 block, where he's not from. He just goes there and hangs out. But shout out, boy, I got mad homeboys in Pompano. You feel me? But I just wanted to break it down to y'all that I was the only person ever arrested with my case. My stepmom never got arrested. My stepbrother, my stepmom, my stepbrother never got arrested. The only thing is my real mom wrote a letter to the judge and said I called the police. That's it, to make me look better. She lied for her son. Shit, and that's simple, bro, and it is what it is. But I did find suspicion in my dad's death. And my mom typed up a letter or whatever for us to try to file to stop an emergency cremation. Because it was just weird how we all, you know, we wanted to know how my dad died, you feel me? Because if she didn't make it look suspicious, the hospital kind of did. Because by law, if it's a trauma situation, which his head was busted open, then they were, by law, the medical examiner should have did an autopsy. That's simple, you feel me? So we needed to stop the cremation regardless. And it still got denied. My last 2 days on the streets, I was at the courthouse. I filed it in probate, and it got denied in two seconds. They came back, said you filed in the wrong part of the courthouse. I'm like, damn. My old girl typed up another letter. I went in there, up there, filed in the other one. They came back out. They denied it again. They kept giving me the runaround about my dad's death. They kept telling me the court said they can't do nothing unless they have something from the medical examiner or something from the police. That's the only way the court can, you know, stop the cremation. The medical examiner said they can't do nothing if it ain't, unless it's from the police or from the court systems. And then the cops said they can't do nothing unless it's from the medical examiner or from the... So they ran me in a triangle the whole time, is basically what they did. They just all kept blaming it on each other and shit like that, you feel me? So that's what happened with me. Me, personally, I don't consider that telling on my behalf. You know, my mom wrote that shit sticking up for her son. So I don't really consider, I know I ain't, bitch, I'm 100. I went up the road for 5 years on the house, you feel me? But I just wanted to, you know, the way it looks on paperwork, 1090 got tired of everybody, you know, hitting him up. You know, like, you got to address it, So he came on here and he addressed this shit, you feel me? And I just figured I didn't really want to get into my case because it's deeper than that. I could get way deeper into it, you feel me? And, you know, people that don't like me gonna hate, you feel me? I don't care, though. It is what it is. I can't make everybody happy, you feel me? But I can tell you one thing. Out of 100% people that are watching right now, at least 20-something of them, there's them haters that even though it's facts that I ain't telling, I ain't police, I ain't on that shit, they still looking at it like they wish I was. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, a mom gonna do what they do defending their child. You feel me? So she wrote that letter thinking it would help me, you know, and that shit, it didn't help at all. It didn't even get looked at in the case. It just was part of the packet, you feel me? They didn't mention it in court or nothing. They just, fuck it, get him out of here, 5 years. You feel me? So that's what happened though, you feel me? But let me look at some of these comments. That real now, someone said they don't care, they gonna believe what they want. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That's a good comment. That's exactly what's gonna happen, you feel me? But I know for a fact, I ain't never told on nobody. I know that for a fact. I ain't never told on nobody, you feel me? And that's just what it is, dog, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people out there that have a mom that would, like, you know, stick up for their child, you feel me? Some moms just let the kids do the time themselves. But, you know, she was just so devastated. You know, she was married to my dad for almost 20 years, and then I found his body and got set up on a charge the day after. Feel me? So, like, she just was so aware of it, you know, so she was really, you know, pushing the issue, and a mom gonna do what she want to do about her child. You feel me? That's what it is. And I love my old girl to death now. You know, I hate to say it, but, you know, my dad was my best friend. I grew up a daddy's boy, but my dad passed away. I went to prison for 5 years, and me doing all that made me get closer with my mom. Like, straight up. Like, it made me get closer with my mom, you know, from all that, because she was there for me my whole bid. I mean, I didn't need much. I had my own shit going on, you feel me? But I would call her and speak to her. Yeah, I could call her and be like, hey, you want to come see me tomorrow? All right. She would take that ride, you know, that's my mom. You feel me? But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Pino tried to portray it like I told, because my mom wrote it in a letter when I'm already in the county jail. She put my son, called the cops, and she named the stepmom and the stepbrother. The stepbrother, I was on probation already for stabbing, and my stepmom is the one that there was suspicion of her with my dad, and both of them are the ones that testified and got me sent to prison. So, of course, she's going to try to make the two people that are lying on me look bad. You feel me? That's it, bro. You feel me? But what's up, though? What everybody got going on? I hope y'all good, man. I just wanted to clear the air with this. I really want to, I want to wait for all this drama shit to pass. Once this drama shit goes by, man, you know, I'm going to drop volume 3. You feel me? I just want to let all this, I want all this drama shit to go by real quick. You feel me? I don't want to sit here and entertain it no more. You know, it's just, to me, bro, it's like I said, you know, these prison channels, dog, they're the only ones that beef, bro. They're the only ones that beef, and I get tired of it. I wake up every day with so much hate, talking shit, so much, you know, I get a lot of support and a lot of good thumbs up, and I appreciate all the ones that rock with KFROG, you feel me? But, you know, I wake up with so much hate. There's people that literally, like, wake up every day and they just want to throw some hate shit, you feel me? All because someone got exposed when they didn't want to defend themselves and come out about it and explain, and then now they want to try to redeem themselves and cover up and make it look like a big beef and make it look like I'm something I'm not, like I'm in the same boat as you. You feel me? Just because, and try to hide what started it all. What was the reason it all started, bro? Yo shit, black and white, you feel me? So, anyways, you know, I just wanted to break this shit down. This is my little response or whatever, you feel me? The 1090, let y'all know me and 1090 ain't beefing. You feel me? We's not beefing. I wanted him to do that little video. He was supposed to speak on that video because anyone needs to be held accountable. Just like we said about Pino when I made the video on Pino. Can't treat him different and sweep it under the rug because I know him and he's from Florida. You feel what I'm saying? But so 1090 did the right thing. He was supposed to speak on me. You feel me? He had to speak on me. That was the right thing to do. You feel me? And he knows I done broke my shit down about my case down to him and shit like that. But due to the virus right now, I can't get to my paperwork's in storage. You feel me? It's with my sister, so I can't get to it right now. But I actually have my discovery and all that shit. It's just it's in storage. It ain't like I gotta order it and buy it or call the clerk of court. I literally have mine I got released with all my mail, my photo albums, everything I came home from prison. It's all just sitting in storage. But due to the little lockdown situation of the virus, I can't get to it right now. You feel me? But mine's like a movie. It was more like I literally went to prison on the house. And my mom stood up against the people that set me up. And it was for my dad's belongings. They took everything and unregistered it and re-registered it all as she's a widow. Because everything was in her and my dad's name. You feel me? But I'm thankful that I got the same name as my dad. So that's what I got. That's what he left me, was his name. You feel me? But anyways, man, I just wanted to come on here real quick. I've been on here 30 minutes. I got 800 something y'all on here. I appreciate y'all rocking out. I just wanted to come on here and break that shit down. It feels good to get it off my shoulders because I'm tired of talking about this drama shit. I'm just so sick and tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I say I don't want to talk about it, and then I talk about it. Well, because people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, you know, it's steady being talked about, and someone might come on here and be like, oh, I ain't talking about that shit with Frog no more. I ain't doing this no more. But then they be on Instagram Live all night trying to get attention. You see, thinking that the people from here don't see their Instagram. So it's like, you can't get away from it. But at the same time, I'm not speaking on it no more. What's real is real, and what's fake is fake. You feel me? And that's what it is. I got some new merchandise coming out. Y'all want to check that out? It ain't came out yet though. Don't forget I got them bracelets I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna you gonna see it. The way I'm gonna break it down is I'm gonna tell y'all right now how I'm gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an email. All right. When I create this email, it's gonna be like a probably like a 4-week. It's gonna be a 4-week giveaway. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an email. When I create this email and I give you out the email, I'm gonna tell y'all the first 50 people to email me your address is gonna get one for free. That's all you gotta do is email your address, and I'm paying for shipping and all just to give them away to people. The first 50. And then when the second week comes around, I'm gonna have another email so I could keep track of the first 50s. You feel me? The second one comes around, I'm gonna drop the second email, and then y'all do the same thing, and then I'm gonna send it to them 50. You see, I'm gonna do it like that until I give away all the bracelets I have. So that way everybody has an equal opportunity, and all you gotta do is email me where you want the bracelets sent. It ain't that hard. If that ain't a cool giveaway, I don't know what is. You see what I'm saying? That's it. I'm paying the little 50 cent or however much, I don't even know how much it's gonna charge to ship, but I'm paying it. Like I said, I only ordered 250 of them right now. I didn't know that many people would want them, but once I see or whatever and shit like that, that people really wanted them and I get rid of them, see how it goes, I'm gonna be doing more giveaways. You feel me? Because I literally come on here for y'all. I do this shit for y'all. I come on here to break it down for y'all. I want y'all to know how prison was. Y'all see how I did my bid, and I'm not affiliated. Yeah, I had homeboys that were gang members, but that's gonna happen to anybody. You feel me? So I show y'all, being a white boy that doesn't gangbang, you can make it in the chain gang. You can do it. You feel me? And you don't have to join a gang. This isn't I'm not one of them people that talk to you about joining a gang. I'm one of them people that I'm unaffiliated, bro. That's it. You feel me? But anyways, I appreciate all y'all that tuned in. Y'all have a good day, man. And you already know this KFROG TV, man. You feel me? Rocking that airlifting merch. It's over with.